Howdy out there, folks. Today I'm going to be looking at In Bruges. Very, very quirky, dark comedy, in my opinion, starring, of course, Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, and Ralph Fiennes. Came out in 2008 and was directed by Martin McDonough, I believe his name is. Pretty talented guy, actually. The screenplay is, the writing is really sharp. He, of course, also directed 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, I believe. But it's a film that's absolutely defying. It defies conventions for sure, and it has some of the funniest, dark humor that I've seen in a movie in quite some time. And who knew that Colin Farrell was so funny? I mean, he has just terrific comedic timing in this movie, and also gives a pretty nuanced, serious performance as well. I think he does a great job at sort of straddling the absurd and just existential dread and dark humor in a way that few could have pulled off. I think his acting really was, his acting chops, as it were on full display with this film. Some of the humor in it is, again, it's not PC, and there's some really inappropriate, dark stuff in this movie. But I think the tone of the film and how the characters play off of one another make it work. I kind of felt the same about the 3 Billboards film, but I actually think this is the better of the 2 movies. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Ralph Fiennes. I mean, what a terrific actor. I've always been a fan of his. He's a very underrated actor with a considerable amount of range, but he just crushed it in this. And he only has a small part, but whenever he was on screen, you couldn't help but have your eyes glued to him. He was just really menacing and funny, disturbing, quite good. And of course, Brendan Gleeson plays opposite Colin Farrell, and he does a great job too, providing some semblance of a moral compass, within these characters. And I think that helps ground the film and keep you from feeling like you're spinning out into an area that's just inappropriate, shall we say. So again, kudos to the writer and director Martin McDonough. This is really a good film. Now, this is the Blu-ray, and this is one of those earlier Blu-ray releases, there's some supplemental materials, but not much. I think there's like a little fun boat ride through Bruges. It looks like Department of Tourism video, which I think is also interesting because in the movie Bruges gets bagged on heavily by Colin Farrell's character. I mean, he's constantly questioning why anyone would want to go to Bruges, and he's pretty funny about it. But it's clearly sort of showcased in a positive light when all the accounts are settled. I mean, I think the town obviously knew they were filming there, and I'm sure had an inkling of the kind of story it was telling. So I think, on balance, you do kind of want to go to Bruges after seeing this movie, despite the rather, dismissive and negative reviews from Colin Farrell. So again, I would just say, if you're into dark comedies with a little bit of thriller, and existential dread thrown in, look no further than In Bruges. I absolutely feel like this is one of those films that slipped under many people's radars, and it deserves to be seen. And I think it's really the better of the 2 films that Martin McDonough has done. I enjoyed the 3 Billboards, but I think this was definitely a more complete and just simply a better film, despite the fact that it didn't get all the awards that 3 Billboards did. So on that note, please take care out there, everyone, and until that next time.